Coming up, McFarlane get bewitched, Mafex tell everyone to hush, Super7 challenge NECA to a who did April worse, and the US lose their minds over a 2-pack? More after this.
What's going on, toy fans? Project Piper Customs here, and we are bringing you a weekly news roundup. I am here joined with me with Tom Green, our resident journalist on the line in the field, bringing us and bringing you the latest news of what's going on. How are we doing, Tom? You all right, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, all good, all good. Lots of news has come through, and we're not going to chop it up for too long, as there's a ton to get through and quite a bit to talk about. So we're going to jump on it and start off with Mafex. Now, Mafex have just solicited some promotional art and their pre-orders for a Batman Hush. That's fun to say. And of course, they're Into the Spider-Verse Gwen Stacy. So a lot of people, when it came to Hush, weren't too happy that it didn't come with a soft goods coat like the Gambit did. But, each to their own. The figure still looks good. And, well, let's face it, the 112 soft goods tailors, they can get their sewing machines out and go get your money, girl. Go and get your money. So, yeah, what do you think, Tom? How are these looking to you?
It suits me. I prefer it with the plastic coat, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
After seeing the one they solicited for Gambit, which it's quite good, but it's just so big.
Yeah.
Like, I just think for Hush, I think the plastic coat works fine.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing looks really good. I like the fact you get the interchangeable H and R symbols, so you can swap over from Hush to Robin.
Yeah,
which is a nice little touch.
Little peg similar to what we've got with those discs on the Thor figure, where it just pops out. So again, it'll probably be in a very easily losable piece, but
no doubt. I think they've done it with Deadpool as well, didn't they? He's got like 3 interchangeable belt buckles.
Oh, of course, yeah. So definitely something to be careful of. But yeah, as I say, it works. The plastic trench coat worked on their Nightmare Batman, and obviously this is as we've seen from the promotional art from and the pics on display of their other Into the Spider-Verse figures. They're starting to delve into the soft goods clothes, so we're waiting patiently for those to drop so we can get a feel for how they're gonna fare in that department. Are they going to be a little rival to Mezco, or are they going to drop the ball? We don't know yet, but so far,
fingers crossed. I just wish they'd actually release something.
Yeah, that'd be good. So far, it doesn't look like they're that confident if they've gone with the plastic, but plastic works. It's it is the aesthetic of him. So bring it on. All the Hush figures, please. All the Hush figures.
But give us Batman first, because you've just delayed it again. So now we haven't got it till the end of July. Let's just get a figure. Come on.
We want it. We want it, precious. Give it to us. So yeah. So that's Hush, and then of course we've got another addition to the Into the Spider-Verse wave. We have the Gwen Stacy, and obviously they've captured the style of that animation perfectly again. No soft goods on this one, but no, it looks like she comes with a fair range of accessories, and another one if you're going to collect this line.
Yeah. So I like the fact it comes with a little spider ham as well.
Yes,
doesn't look like he's really got any articulation, but he's got interchangeable arms on him, and
swappable parts, kind of like what they're doing with those Inspector Gadget, the other characters in Inspector Gadget line.
So I think that's quite a fun little pack in. I think it just looks like, if you're into that style of animation, the Spider-Verse stuff, like, is a must buy. I mean, I've got the other 2 on pre-order already, so
yeah,
I'm going to have to get this one
for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I've got the Miles. I think I've got the Peter. I haven't pulled the trigger on Gwen yet because I'm waiting to see how those fare. But yeah, no doubt I probably will at some point. And yeah, so that is what Mafex had to offer this week. And continuing with the M's in the toy companies, we're going to roll on to McFarlane, Mr. Spawn creator himself, and he is bringing us something which you yourself had known about this, you cheeky little man.
Yeah, for quite a few weeks now, but
yeah,
finally dropped it.
Yeah, they finally dropped it, and they're getting on their Witcher series, not the show, not the show. Sorry, Henry Cavill fans, but indeed the video game. And
from what I've been told, it's going to be Witcher 3, the most recent game.
Witcher 3. Okay, so no doubt we're going to have some customizers out there going to whip up a Henry Cavill head to plonk on him, which I would do the same. So yeah, this looks pretty good. Hopefully,
I'm looking forward to. Obviously, with the online SDCC coming up, I'm assuming we'll see something around that sort of time.
Yeah,
some actual in-hand images, because I mean we've got the 2 up on our thing that are just the standard releases, but they've also got a 30 centimeter one.
Okay.
So that obviously like a big, like a 12-inch figure they're releasing for it, and they're going to release Walmart exclusive go out as well. I think it's Walmart, really? They said. So obviously that's Walmart in the US. Whether we'll just get it over here, straight up or not. Yeah. I don't know. We'll find out.
Maybe a variant in what he's wearing, or different weapons, like they're doing with the Spawn. I don't know.
God, they're taking that to the extreme, aren't they?
Yeah, as I've seen Pixel Dan have, he's got in hand the axe now, 3rd weapon of the 3rd time they've released that figure.
Yeah, I think they're running out of stuff he can come with now.
So yeah, we have that to look forward to, and hopefully with the run up to San Diego Comic-Con, we should see some more in-hand pictures of him and their prototypes at least. But yeah, you have that to look forward to. Okay, moving away from the M's and going straight onto the H's in Hasbro. Hasbro have just revealed some promo images of their non-transforming Transformers, which can really work, but it looks of things it is focusing mostly on the articulation, and now not having to worry about those transforming elements. They can focus on the aesthetics of the Gen 1 style in their robot forms. You were quite excited when these dropped, weren't you?
I was. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to get them, but I really like them.
Yeah. Yeah, they do look good.
Yeah, they're decent. So I like the small, like they're only 6-inch, tools, so they're not going to take up loads of room. Because I used to have like the Masterpiece G1, but I can't remember. It wasn't the official one that I had for Optimus. It was one of the third-party ones, but it was a hell of a lot better. And I had the Megatron as well, but they were so big. I had those 2 in Soundwave, and like they would just take up one shelf in the DOF on their own. It's just like I don't have that sort of space just to do that. No. So I sold them, and now they're releasing the G1 Optimus, Megatron, and Soundwave, but in a tiny little scale. No kibble on them for transforming.
No, exactly.
They're only going to be £20 each, so I'm kind of like, I might have to just pick them up to see what they're like.
You can't go wrong at that price point, and you're going to have a ton more room if you're going to dedicate a shelf in your DTOF for it. You've got all that space for a little mini Cybertron. Hopefully they reveal some of the other characters too.
Yeah, I think if these ones take off, I think it's going to be a big selling line. I mean, they look a little bit cheap. I mean, they are a bit cheap, but they look it. But they do also look like they just walked out the cartoon, so I think they're going to do well.
Yeah. They've kept sort of just a basic in terms of colour pattern, colour format. There's not uber amounts of detail on them, but in terms of just their style, I guess they can focus a bit more on articulation. It'll be great for some toy photography, as they're not going to look just all like blocky and robotic, because you've got half of the hinges are on his back to fold him back up into a truck or anything like that.
That's it.
That's where the action is, and that's where the fighting is. So you can have some fun with those in displaying. Sticking with the Hasbro, another thing that took off this week was their Star Wars, well, it was the things vintage series Carbonite Gantry. I can't remember what it's called, but yes, it's the Carbonite freezing chamber with the big stairway. And I didn't realise that this was 3 3/4 at the time, so I did assume it was going to be quite a big piece, but if there's vintage wave, then it'll be 3 3/4, and this will be pretty cool. I can see some displays being really well set up around this one.
Yeah, especially obviously in ACBA you get a lot of, like the multi-scale displays.
Yeah,
and this could be ideal. Like you could have your SHF like Boba Fett or something set up, and it gives you a sense of depth when you haven't got it, because you can still keep it a bit more in focus than you would if it was a 6-inch scale one, because you'd have to have it further back to get it all in. So you can just play with that depth, and I think for photographers it'll work quite well.
Yeah.
If you're just a straight up on the shelf collector of Black Series, it's not going to be any good, obviously, but
No. Yeah,
it's a fun little thing.
Yeah, I can see them trying. This would be ideal. As you know, Star Wars posters, movie posters. They have all those, different scaled images. Big head at the front and loads of little characters here and there. And you could easily sort of, do some forced perspective shots. Sort of how a poster would be laid out, like you said with Boba Fett, and have this sort of just off in the background. So you've got the little scene and Boba Fett looming over, and it'll make a nice dramatic shot. So I think this will probably, unless you're a just strict vintage collector, then you'll snap this up. But yeah, this would be ideal for the toy photography scene in the collecting world for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then they kept on going, old Hasbro, and they took a leaf out of COVID-19's book and dropped a second wave of GI Joe. And so who have we got in this wave? We have Gung Ho. Who else we've got? We've got Gung Ho. I had the names in front of me.
We got Gung Ho. We got the Red Ninja. We've got the new Destro, the Pimp Daddy Destro.
Destro. And we've got an Arctic
Storm Shadow.
Storm Shadow. That's it. We've got an Arctic Storm Shadow.
Sorry, we're Cobra Commander.
We didn't have GI Joe here.
I love these. Apart from Storm Shadow, I think that is shockingly bad.
Yeah.
And I know it was based off one of the old vintage figures. I'll put a photo up here of that as well, so you can see what one it's based off. But it's not a good look for him. They should have gone classic, but it's not like they're not going to do one at some point, So I'm passing on this. I'm getting the rest of the wave, but I'm passing on Storm Shadow. I'll probably pass on Destro as well because that's not my look for Destro. I think. If I remember right, it was just from an old. I'm sure it was a set they made for SDCC or something like that.
Right.
And they just made that figure. Like I think someone made it for a laugh, and then they just like, yeah, we'll put that in. The accessories are quite cool. Like the burning stack of notes is pretty cool.
Yeah. And
the sunglasses and the gold case, but obviously like the leopard skin like coat cloak, you could do some fun like Deadpool shots with those props.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
similar bucks to Marvel Legends too.
Yeah, but just a bit more articulation on them.
Yeah,
so I'm debating on Destro, but
I think Gung Ho might have to be a buy just for the fun factor of it. It looks like it comes with some cool.
Yeah, he's got a decent amount of weapons with him, and that'd be a good customizer's body. That the Red Ninja, I'm going to pick up 2 or 3 of them.
Oh yeah,
because that'll work with like Legends, Mafex, SHF. Just your general ninja bad guys. That's ideal, considering the price of the articulated icons.
Oh Christ, yeah. These are great alternatives. This is what kind of came to mind when I was seeing sort of the Storm Shadow and the Red Ninja. It's just kind of, especially the weapons that come with them. It's like easy army build, and you've got an alternative, and they look pretty decent. You may paint a couple of up in a different color, maybe, and
I'm hoping at some point they'll do a more classic ninja look, but like this goes with the whole aesthetic of the line that they're going for at the minute, so it works.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, there was a big old drama regarding Cobra Commander.
Yeah,
where it was they got the image wrong, and instead of getting the light blue one, they solicited the dark blue. And I'm not sure if the light blue version is going to be a exclusive, but
I think it is. I'm sure it's gone up somewhere else now, and it might be on Pulse or somewhere like that. It's gone up, but that was a big cock up with that.
I think someone got fired.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. And so moving on from Hasbro and all they have to offer, Super7 decided to put all their chips in with NECA sitting across the poker table, and in a little battle I like to call Who Did April O'Neil Worse? Now their new wave, I believe it's wave 3, and obviously it consists of Rocksteady, Michelangelo, their version of Metalhead, which is based on the original Playmates version, just a larger scale, and then of course the April O'Neil. And let's just say, I don't think they hit it quite on the head just themselves either. Considering,
I think NECA slipped them a little bit of money and said, "Make our April look good." And Super7's like, "Yeah, we got you, bro."
But that could have been, that's it. Yeah. NECA dropped a massive L with that April. Gigantic head and teeny tiny little body, with half of the details on the prototype not even making it on the final figure. Out of the original classic cartoons one they've done so far, this seems to be the only downvoted one. The rest they still seem to nail pretty well, especially that metal head, their metal head. But if you're going for the old classic vintage action figure Playmates look, then obviously these are Poison. If you're going for more cartoon accurate, then obviously NECA. But I think they both flopped hard on their Aprils, sadly. Let's hope they don't do the same if we are lucky enough to get a Judith Hogue 1990 movie version.
Let's hope not. But at the same time, they're not the best looking figures, but it's a golden age. If you're into the Turtles, you've got nothing to complain about now.
No.
Like the Super7 ones are good. If you like the Playmate figures, they're great updated versions of that. If you like the cartoon look, NECA's got you there. If you like the films, NECA's got you. Like you were starved for years, and now you're spoiled for choice. So that some of them might not be as good as you want, but let's face it, compared to what you've been getting for the last 10 years.
Old style too. Yep, 100%. And no one else is really doing them. So just I'd say like yourself, be grateful that someone is. And I think speaking of NECA, boy, did they have a week this week. We're going to backtrack a little bit and start off with a tweet that I found, which is, of course, by the looks of things, a prototype body of their Bruce the Shark from Jaws and their Mego Jaws line. And here we've got a picture of I don't know who this employee is, but it looks like he's having some fun and he's holding up.
Yeah, he looks like a happy chappy.
Yeah. And this Brucey looks massive.
That is going to be one hell of a bit of plastic.
Oh yeah. It's obviously very, very basic, but at least it gives you a feel for the size compared to, it looks like it's half of this man. Not sure if they'll be able to sell it in stores or it might just be a online. Depends how big it is. They struggle getting their quarter scale turtles in stores just because of the sheer size and price point. No idea what this will price at, but this is a nice little teaser for what's coming. At least we know one is coming for sure.
Yeah. It's going to be, you're going to be looking at least at $100 for that.
Yeah, easily, I'd say.
If you're in for those 8-inch retro figures they've done, you need to get the Shark to go with them.
Oh yeah. This will not only make toy photography incredible, especially those who dabble with the water scenery, but this will just look awesome in the display, and it will probably shoot a load of ideas into diorama builders' heads in creating a display for this shark. No matter what kind of where in the collecting spectrum of this hobby you fall in, whether it just be displaying, customizing, or toy photography, this is a win all round.
Easy.
Yeah, also, NECA decided to drop their next two in the Lost Tribe from Predator 2 of their ultimate versions, and we have Guardian and we have Scout. Following the same format, they'll be coming with extra weapons and a biomask if they didn't have one already, or an unmasked head if they didn't have an unmasked head already. So happy that they're re-releasing all of these again, so everyone who didn't get them had a chance to, and they're new and improved, so you get a lot more for your money as well.
Yeah, NECA do Predator as well. There's no denying it. I've had this debate with a few Mezco fans when Mezco showed theirs, that you're going to be paying another 60, 70 quid, and it's not going to be 60 or 70 quid worth of extras, that you like. NECA do Predator as well.
Accessories alone, paint apps and detail alone, and then shoving all the articulation you could ever need in there.
You're paying like £25 for these.
Yeah.
And look at, you're getting masked and unmasked heads, like throwing discs, the spears, like skull accessories, He's got like blast accessories with that one, rockets. You can't go wrong with that.
No, this is loads more than what they originally came with. And I recently picked up their 100th Alpha Predator, which is the one they made up themselves, and that is stacked with accessories.
Yeah, that looks like a beast of a figure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, you can move like a like a Marvel legend. There's so much articulation to it, and but yeah, and it's just you get so much for your money. So they definitely hit it out of the park with Predators every single time, I think. So looking forward to seeing where they go with this. But the biggest bit of news this week was the amount of backlash that they got when they put up the pre-sale for the Casey and Raph 2-pack on the Walmart website. Man, that lit up Facebook like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, that didn't go down well.
No, I thought they would go out and protest and start burning down Walmarts. Jesus Christ!
It went crazy.
They put up finally the I don't know, was it a pre-order or was it a placeholder? I think it was a placeholder. I'm not honestly sure, but somehow they were getting wiped out and going out of stock. NECA on Twitter was saying, "Don't worry, more will be coming," and just keep refreshing, keep refreshing. Didn't seem like any of the Facebook groups got that info because they were already posting up complaints. I was having quite a few back and forth conversations with people saying that it doesn't. Those who are having to now rely on getting them in stores, they'll be lucky even if they hit the shelves, because someone apparently always knows someone who works there and will always buy their stock, and Walmart don't care, and then they get scalped before they even hit the shelves. And I think that's really, it's a sad way that if that's the way it is, the tables have turned for us in the UK. At one point, there was no chance on earth.
This is it. It's just like, welcome to the party. We've been doing this for the last, since I've been collecting. Yeah, it's just been a nightmare to get anything like that over here.
Yeah, NECA Turtles would not ship internationally, and we had to rely on contacts in the US in the hopes that they could try and get us if one of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, which these solicited to be at the time before they went retail. Now they've opened up the international market, and it's a shame that they've fallen sort of going the other way now, where it's they're easier to come by here because we just get pre-orders on our online retailers, whereas they get exclusive to one store, and they have to rely on quick time purchase online or the hunt, which isn't the best time right now considering COVID's still active and there's a bunch of drama going on too. So going out and about is not the best.
Now's not the time you want to be going out.
No,
hunting the shelves for turtles.
No, and as I spoke to you before, just before we went on, I saw today on Facebook someone had taken a couple of pictures and found a set in store. And man alive, I hope you're not a mint in box collector, because you're going to cry when you see these. Yeah, they've wrapped the security tag around them pretty much so tight it crushed the box. So even if you do find one in stores, hopefully the Walmart you find them in are a little bit more gentle, hands-on when putting them out. Sadly, this one, not so much. But yeah, that seems to be pretty much everything that we have news-wise. Yeah, I guess as we're running up to San Diego Comic-Con online, NECA seem to be the only ones that are actually amping everyone up, saying we're going to start dropping reveals on each day of when the con would be. Hopefully, other toy companies will have a similar format for their reveals if they plan to do so online.
Let's hope so. I mean, Hasbro seems to be doing like weekly drops, but we've had nothing really for Legends yet. Nothing big.
No, just stupid Deadpool talking.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Venom line to drop. Mm-hmm. I know a few of the figures that are going to be in that, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with them.
Excellent. Yeah, we've got a lot to come. We've got to look forward to. And you can keep up to date with all of that live as it drops over on our Facebook and our Instagram. So please be sure to head on over there and give those a follow. That's at Plastic Action UK. And we'll continue doing these weekly roundups if there's a lot of news to cover, just to give you a general overview. So we're giving these a trial run again. But I hope you enjoyed it. You can find me at Project Piper Customs on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Tom, where can they find you?
You can find me at Toy Art 2 on Instagram for toy photography, and Tom's Dioramas on Facebook and Instagram for dioramas. Pretty self-explanatory.
head on over to there and see our lovely work. And also, if we have earned your sub today, it's just a click away. Hopefully you've enjoyed it and we've earned your sub. And let us know in the comments what you're excited about, what you look forward to, and if you're picking up any of these, let us know in the comments below and give us a cheeky like on the way there. That is it from us. Until next time, plastic action out.